Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of No Plot All Filler. We're your hosts, Titus, Isaac, and Austin. We are missing our buddy Kev because he's puking his guts out, according to him. But no, that's what he said. Anyways, so Isaac, what are we going to be talking about today?
Man, today we're talking about a very interesting topic and
Unique topic.
Yeah, who is making it farther? This is One Piece versus Naruto. Who's making it farther in whose shoes? Is Luffy making it farther with his personality, everything that he is as a character, as Naruto in his story, or is Naruto his character and everything he is making it farther as Luffy in his story, and why?
Yes, and I think these are great things to talk about. But before we even get any further, it's my birthday today.
I was just about to say.
Were you really?
I was literally being like, pause for a second.
Oh,
we got
yeah.
a shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And not only is it my birthday, this is an anime podcast. So you can say, but I can't go. I cannot go a moment later in this podcast without showing my birthday gift that my girlfriend gave me.
You got.
I'm gonna go grab it for y'all. Y'all need to see this.
Grab it. If you're an anime
crazy.
fan, like this is honestly crazy because like his girlfriend doesn't watch anime at all. She kind of roasts us for watching it. But she did this. She did this for our man, and that just shows this is real love.
Yo, look at this. Look at this, yo. So I'm opening my gifts this morning. I get some shirts, get some glasses, and whatever. It's cool, and I love it. She goes, "I want you to open this last." I'm like, "Okay." She talked to Austin apparently the day before. She said, "What's his favorite anime?" Blah 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 blah. Look at this masterpiece.
That is crazy.
Yo, she painted this. You know who this is? My man Naruto Uzumaki, the next Hokage.
Believe it.
Believe it. Yo,
She hated every minute of it too.
yeah, she was like, "Why do they like this?"
Yeah. Cartoon
Bro, it was so good. No, but I'm so happy that I legit was like, "That's my MC, man. That is my guy." So I'm glad we're talking about him today. It's glad that we're talking about this today. And
yeah.
So what do you guys think? I'm very torn, because I don't know who's gonna make it farther, being in the other person's positions with their devil fruit, with their chakra, with the nine tails. So like Naruto has the gum fruit, or Sanganika that we all know now, and I mean obviously he's not there yet. We're starting from the predictive beginning of the journey to who gets where first. And then
like being the same
Luffy has the nine tails. Shoot, but he's also psychologically where he's at too. Because I think that's what holds Naruto back more than anything. It's his psychological warfare of not feeling enough because the whole village is against him, essentially. I think so. Like you were talking before the podcast about how, he failed this exam many times, but I don't think that's a matter of ability or what he was capable of. It was more of a psychological not feeling enough.
I mean, a little bit of an ability thing.
I don't think so, because look at what the potential.
I think Titus is right in the aspect of it being a mental block.
Yeah.
Because we know his genes. Right, you finish Naruto, you know where he comes from. He should have been a prodigy, but the fact that everyone in the village hated him and was just like, "Why is this Nine Tails? Why does he have to be here?" All that stuff.
Yeah, so I agree.
Abandonment.
So I mean, I agree that it's a block.
As a result of it,
he
didn't train as much.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. Like leading up to the just becoming or just a student to become a Genin, he couldn't produce what every other kid could.
Yeah, so he didn't have the abilities to be that, but the block.
But he might have trained by himself, but he didn't have a teacher.
He didn't have a parental figure to encourage and uplift him to, train him. And he had Uraraka.
But that was later.
Later. But Luffy had, we know watching later. One, he had Garp.
Yeah.
But he had Ace and Sabo, people to look up to. He had Shanks, a mentor, someone to aspire to be. All this inspiration. So I think. So let me just give my opinion now on this. I believe, and we can have dialogue over this, and maybe my position will change, but I think Naruto would make it farther in his quest to be king of the pirates in One Piece than Luffy would in Naruto. And my reasoning being is Luffy, had he started, because think about how Luffy was after the Summit War, Marineford, after losing Ace. Before the realization of he has his crew. He already has nothing. He feels he has no one. He's distraught. Jinbei's sitting there trying to bring him out of whatever it is he's going through, which is obviously painful. We're hurting because Ace just died. he doesn't have his crew, or he forgets that he has his crew. He doesn't have his crew in the Naruto world, and he's in this position of having no one and no one loving him and having lost because he doesn't know who his parents are, and on top of that, everyone hates him. Now, obviously, we know Luffy in the world that he's in now doesn't really care whether or not people hate or like him or not. But would that be warped through the lens of never having felt love or acceptance from anyone in the Naruto verse? And would that stunt him a little bit?
Yeah.
And grow? I think ultimately him being him, he would still get there. But I think with those elements combined, that would halt him because Jinbei had to slap him out of him.
Maybe it would slow him down.
Yeah, slow him down a little bit. And I think Naruto he's similar, searching for acceptance, but if he would have done the same thing that he did that Luffy did with Ace, a similar aspect of I'm so loyal to the fact I wanted to develop a relationship with you so bad that I was willing to be beaten and not give up the information of what you and Sabo were doing to these people, which is something I think Naruto would have done. He would have not, betrayed them, and so they would have accepted him, and they would have had that bond. And I think that drive to be without he's stupid as well. They're both like kind of dumb characters in a sense, but I think his drive to train to be stronger. I feel like he probably would have wanted to learn about Haki. He would want to learn about the forms of training, what it is that he could do to enhance his strength. Luffy's he needs people to.
I don't think he has the same work ethic as like Naruto does, in my opinion, just based on like strictly training aspects.
Yeah, so that's why it's kind of. I mean, we can elaborate more on this, but that's why I think that.
I think Naruto would have been like, "Where's my mom? Why doesn't my dad care about me? My grandpa's here. Who's my dad? Where is he?" The questions that Luffy didn't care about at all. He's like, I didn't even know I had a dad. I didn't even know I had a mom. The stuff that Naruto truly cared about. Why am I the only one that's alone? Because he's still him. Still has his personality.
Yeah.
Those questions would matter to him.
I think they would matter.
I think would be.
But I think he'd ask Garp. And that's the thing that Luffy didn't care about.
No,
Luffy didn't care, but Garp.
Garp would be like, your father is a revolutionary.
Yeah,
he's dragon.
He'd tell him though.
Yeah, he would tell him. But then it's like, why doesn't he want me? Why did he actually?
Yeah, why did?
And that would
would he be able to explain to him like he's a revolutionary? I feel like Naruto's like once he has like things presented to him, he wouldn't be so like he'd want to know him. He'd probably search to find him like he did with Sasuke, but I don't think he'd be like I feel as abandoned if he. We don't know all the. Well, I don't know. I think that might drive him to become stronger to be able to be in the.
Would he become king of the pirates or would he be search for my dad?
I think.
Good point.
And that's the thing.
Well, here's the thing. That has to be their drive.
You can ask the same for both.
That has to be their drive.
The drive will.
It has to be the drive to be the Hokage and be the pirates.
But I definitely, and this is the question. Luffy immediately when he was 17 and set sail, the promise that they made, went to become a pirate because that's what I want to be because I'm going to be the king.
Shanks helped him.
Do you think that Naruto, even he say he asked Garp who his father is and where he is and why did he abandon me? Would his first thoughts be like, let me find my father, let me confront him, let me understand? Because Naruto didn't have family that he could confront. All we know is that they died.
It might not be that way because I think Naruto. I think Naruto would have had a Luffy approach in the sense of he's like, okay, I don't need to know who that is right now, and maybe one day I'll find out. But I grab my grandfather. Listen, I have Garp, I had Shanks, I had Ace, I have Sabo. Naruto didn't have any of those in his other world. He didn't have those. That's why he searched for Sasuke, for the one connection that he had with one person that wasn't actual family, and he didn't know the fourth Hokage was his father. He didn't know who his mother was. He never found out till after he'd already gotten Sage mode. Yeah. I think he would have I think he would have felt like the familiar bond between the mentorship of Shanks, the brother bond between Ace and Sabo, and having Garp as a grandfather, to where he would have felt enough love and appreciation from having a family that, yes, he would want to know that, probably being Naruto, but I don't think it would be as detrimental to him as it was in Naruto because he had nothing and no one.
Do you think, though, that if he knew that Minato was alive, his dad was alive, would he do everything to find it? He's not dead. They're not gone. They're not ever coming back.
Across the world somewhere. And
they're there somewhere. They're in another village doing whatever, or what, we don't know exactly where they are.
It would have to be
alive.
It would have to be on the circumstances because even with Sasuke, he only went after Sasuke because Sasuke went to Orochimaru and they were going. It wasn't like, oh, Sasuke.
It was because it was his best friend.
Well, it was his best friend, but because of the direction he was going. If Sasuke was going to do a good thing, going to another village to help feed the poor.
Technically,
I don't think Naruto.
So that's
Naruto. I don't
that's
think
where this
Naruto
comes
would
in,
have been as much of like you can't go.
But
Gar-
Naruto would have
so
known
real talk,
that.
Huh?
But Naruto would have known that he's like going to do a good thing. So like, why would he need to go follow him?
That's what I'm saying.
But,
He
like,
wouldn't have.
Yeah. So it's like, but like, I don't know where my dad is. I don't know what he's doing. Like, I want to
Dragon
go find him.
is
kind of
opposing the very government that your grandpa works for. So the person that you asked where your father is.
So he might not like his father.
He might not, but he
might
might want to know why.
Or he might not.
Knowing Naruto, he needs an explanation for everything. Talk no jutsu is everything. We need to talk it out, right? Like I need to find my father. You need to explain yourself.
But if he would have been more receptive to even hearing from Garp at all, because Luffy was just like, I don't care, I want to be a pirate.
He said, "What?"
Like, yeah. He was like, yeah, sure. He forgot that Dragon was his dad. Like literally in, I don't know if it was a whole cake or whenever it was brought up to that he was he was like, oh yeah.
Like, yeah, that's
like, oh yeah, he works for your dad. Sabo was like, with you. Oh,
well, they don't even know Sabo's his brother for how long? Either.
I know.
They're like, oh yeah, that's my brother. And they're like, what?
What? Yeah.
So he clearly just.
And then Zoro remembered that Ace said the exact same thing that Sabo had about like he's like a wild kid and he'll take care of him or whatever. He said something similar to that. Before we even go any further, just who do you guys think would make it further? Like, and then we can elaborate on those thoughts because I've already said I think Naruto would make it further based off having the familial bond that he didn't have. I think that's what held him back the most in Naruto. So him having that, I think, would make his progression faster. And I think Luffy not having that and feeling he might have a similar sense with Naruto where like I need to prove to y'all something, or if he with his personality though, it's like the psychological like impact that has on a kid is different. So it's like, how would Luffy respond to that? If it's Luffy, the personality that we know, he might just be indifferent towards it, or he might, he might be like,
you know what I think?
I don't know. Let's hear. And he'll pick who. Tell me who though.
I think Luffy.
Luffy would progress faster.
Luffy progresses faster. You want to know why?
I sure do.
I think Luffy would be just like Killer Bee in the Naruto verse. Killer Bee was a Jinchuriki just like Naruto, and he was hated just like Naruto was in his own village. But what did the people talk about when they thought about Killer Bee? This dude doesn't care about nothing. He's like spitting his rhymes, doing what he wants to do, continually training to become strong. And over time, people respected him because he became strong. He was able to befriend his tail beast, and he became one of the strongest Jonin within the village. That was the story of Killer Bee.
Didn't he have a brother that like was loyal to him and loved him? Who became the?
Was it? I don't think it was his actual brother.
Wasn't his brother?
I think they were just
the Kage of that.
Yeah. He became the Kage. I don't think they were blood.
I thought it was his brother.
I thought it was his brother too.
Maybe. I don't know.
I thought they referred to him as his brother.
Yeah, I thought
he says it's my brother, but I thought we also learned that they weren't biological brothers through the backstory.
Don't they look?
Oh, yeah, they kind of look alike.
There's
but I mean,
multiple people that are black.
They're all black. They're all
black.
Well, no, I know they look alike to me. But like, even so, it's like does it? Was he always there for him? Was he always someone in his life?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he was his brother. I think he was by himself, and everyone's like, "Why is he so happy all the time? Why is he so this all the time? Whatever." And then like,
I don't remember his background enough to know, but I'm pretty sure that he had that guy that he had.
We'll look it up, but I'm pretty sure he was not there. And when he wasn't there. And when he became,
let's look it up. Let's Google it, friend. Keep talking.
I think that Luffy, if he was in Naruto's shoes, he's like, okay, 9 tails of tricky people don't like me. So what? Who cares? Yeah. Whatever. He's like, I'm gonna become Hokage. So he's gonna, and Luffy in his dumb self, all he's gonna think about is like getting strong. He's not gonna think about building bonds and connecting with people or whatever. I think he will because of his personality and because he's so loving. People like Shikamaru and Choji, who were like real friends to Naruto even when he was young, will be openly close to him because he's not sheltered, like moody, whatever. He's gonna be light, loving, like light, expressive, joyful all the time. And it's gonna be like, okay, how can you not love this guy? He has the 9-tailed fox, and who cares?
They're adopted brothers, but they are brothers.
But it was later on. It wasn't when he was young. That was later. They're not biological.
They're not biological, but adopted brother would probably be younger. You're not gonna. You can't adopt someone they're an adult.
I don't think it's legitimate adopted. I think I'm pretty sure when they became A and B, Killer Bee was at least like late teen. I'm pretty sure because he's like 30 something, whatever now, and the other dude's even older. I don't think it was from a young age he was adopted in the family. Really? He was by himself. I think that was the whole point in Naruto, that he was alone just like him, but he did things differently. Like he went about things differently. And in that same note, I think Luffy would befriend Kurama a lot longer. It's like this hateful thing. Why are you so like? He would literally talk to. He wouldn't just like Luffy wouldn't get angry like Naruto does in the Nine Tails would leak out like that. I think Luffy's joking around, laughing, and Kurama's watching him like, why is this kid so this? And comes to an understanding a lot quicker. And I think if it becomes a Nine-Tail, like Master Nine-Tails a lot quicker, he's becoming Hokage a lot quicker.
It's making it seem as if the Raikage prior to them, to his brother becoming the Raikage, they were raised by him. I'm pretty sure they were raised together at a young age.
If they are, I'm wrong, but I'm
pretty sure confronting his older brother during the Fourth Shinobi World War, blah, blah, blah. When B became the Gyuku Jinchuriki and the third Hokage's father died, I determined to keep his village safe and be safe, confining his brother's movement to the village, even if it went against B's personal wishes. Blah, blah, blah. His younger brother's captured by Akatsuki, and okay. It's
just like Naruto was confined to the village by the third Hokage, but they weren't like close like that.
Yeah, but like I think the parallel is that he did have someone that was close to him. That's what the difference between Killer B and Naruto.
No, they made the whole thing about Killer B and showing his childhood because it showed the guy that like betrayed him or whatever that was in the village was this whole thing is he was alone. But the way
but I don't think he was alone as long.
So
I don't think he was alone as long as Naruto was.
If we're talking about as long as Naruto wasn't alone as soon as he became a Genin and was on Team 7. But Killer B, it showed him and
he wasn't accepted by Team 7 for the longest time. Either anybody, Kakashi, Sakura,
after the first mission,
they all looked at him bad.
Not after the first mission when they went to the village hidden in the mist.
Sasuke showed no respect toward Naruto for the longest time.
Sasuke doesn't show respect to anybody ever.
Sasuke showed no, he did.
No, that is cap. Sasuke showed respect to him the minute he stood in front of Naruto and saved his life during the village hidden in the mist. That incident, that was the very first mission.
Sasuke did not show respect towards him
until
he told him, I want to battle you. That was the only time we realized that Sasuke actually acknowledged Naruto as someone that he respected.
Okay,
that was way later.
You say respect was someone he cared about was way before that, which shows he had a friend. You're gonna jump in front of somebody you don't care about and potentially die. Do you remember that?
Sasuke
do you remember
did that because of what Naruto did? It's more of like I owe you.
No, it wasn't. Naruto reacted and went Nine Tails mode after that happened. The dude that remember the mirror guy, the dude that was a dude that looked like a woman.
They're on a team. That is your job to protect each other.
But if you thought of the way that you're thinking that they thought about Naruto, that's not happening. He showed that he cared. Kakashi showed that he cared. If you want to say Sakura did it, you can say
we all know Sakura did it.
Right. But you can't say Sasuke or Kakashi did it because they did.
Maybe Kakashi. Probably Kakashi because he trained his dad. I think saying that is a stretch.
I think you saying that is stretch. I think Sasuke accepted him as a rival the minute he said, I want to fight you the most. That's what I think that happened. But as a friend, as somebody he cares about, was at that moment, at the latest.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, I don't think many people are jumping in front of these needles that are going to kill you at like.
I think that's their job to protect each other.
No, I don't think that's what that was. I don't think you can say that's as simple as he just was a shinobi and he was supposed to protect Naruto, so he did
protect each other as a team. That's literally that's elements of what you're supposed to, what they would teach each other in as a team. You're supposed to protect each other and have each other.
And if you look at their personalities, that wasn't who they were. Sasuke's
which is why you're supposed to do that. That's called growth as a team.
Right, but that shows growth as a character and that he cares about someone. Sasuke's over here like, you guys are just gonna get in my way. I'm not gonna do whatever. Like, I am the one. I am the not child of prophecy, but the what's the word? The prodigy. Like, I am that. I am the one that's gonna be the strongest because I want to avenge my family. That's all he cared about. Mm-hmm. But when he did that, he showed he cares more about that, more than just about that. He cares about the people that are on his team. I think that was shown at that moment. And I think that's clear. Maybe. I don't think you can sit here and be like, he didn't care about Naruto at all. He just was, as a shinobi, protecting. Like, what?
That's literally the job.
I think that's so against the narrative.
I don't think so.
Okay, I mean, we just disagree.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But yeah, so
I don't think so at all. I don't think he cared until that moment where he realized. I think he probably liked the fact that Naruto would continuously try and develop a relationship with him, and over time, maybe that was a seed that was planted. I don't think he cared about him.
Okay,
I don't think
even
he
if what
cared
you're
about
saying
him.
is true, right? In the moment that he said, "I want to fight you the most," was that time. It was still the same age, if not earlier, than the time Killer B was.
But I think you don't
accepted
even
by them.
remember exactly when the Killer B thing. You're just saying I think this, and I don't either. But like,
I know
you're
for a fact that when he was the same age as Naruto, because it showed this, that he was alone, and the dude that was his friend that was faking being his friend.
the difference between it is that when Killer B was accepted, it was accepted with open arms by the people that he considered family. That it's not the same element of aspect for Naruto. It was different. People wanted to act cold towards him. It always until like he like forced his way in, and even when he was in, it was still like it wasn't like oh we love you Naruto, like oh like it's a completely different element. As like with One Piece, with the crew, they love Luffy. It's very clear. They show it through actions, through words. That's not how it was with those people. Even when they the team to save Sasuke, none of them were like oh we like love you so much Naruto, like you're our guy, like. It wasn't like that. It's a different thing with Killer B and the guy who ends up becoming his brother. He loves him. He's like a brother to him. Like you, and like we could say Sasuke and Naruto are like brothers, but that's one thing with Naruto, and that they didn't develop that perfectly to where you felt as if they did care about each other. So, or at least from Sasuke's end, you knew Naruto cared, but like you're like, oh, Sasuke cares about him that much. Like it wasn't. It almost seemed like it was only a rival. And there's like, oh, he does like him. Like, you're my best friend. Like, right before he goes.
You could even say that Sasuke showed he cared when he gave Naruto his food to pass the first exam with Kakashi. He showed a semblance of caring about this guy. I think we're playing. We're not looking at it narratively. Like from their perspective, we're only thinking about how the whole entire leaf thought, which were ops against Naruto. But what I'm gonna look back at this.
No, I'm just thinking based off how Sasuke. I'm going solely based on how Sasuke was acting.
The way that they showed Killer B's whole flashback, and it wasn't like from the perspective of oh he was loved by his village, oh he was loved from the Raikage, I forget his name or A or whatever. It was the perspective that he was hated just like Naruto was hated, and he went about it differently. That was the whole point of his flashback.
See, that's why I remember. I think it showed that it was similar to Naruto, and then
not accepted by his village.
Yeah, and then he was by people that were in a higher position, which forced everyone else to open their eyes.
Like the third Hokage was accepting of him. Like you
could
say the
no, he wasn't.
The third Hokage
was a hater of Naruto.
The third Hokage didn't do enough for Naruto.
No Naruto fan agrees that third Hokage did anything beneficial for Naruto.
Oh, I am saying that you said.
You know what I mean when I say that the Killer Bee's acceptance and embracement is way different than Naruto's with the third Hokage. They're not even close to being the same.
I don't think it's that far off to say that
what
the higher ups, the Raikage.
The third Hokage literally. Okay, go ahead.
The Raikage, not even the current, whoever the top Raikage, the A, because he's Killer B. A, the accepting that he had for him is like this. He's what's his face? He's on or who's I forget his name. He is an op for not showing how much he cared about Naruto, for not letting the village accept Naruto and hate him for all those years.
Also, the difference.
We can't say he didn't show it, but he definitely cared about Naruto. He gave him lodging for free. He would show up. Naruto thought his only friend was Hiruzen. He definitely cared about him, for sure. But just like you could say, the higher ups cared about him, but the village hated him. But
he was the head of the village, so he was an op. You were the head of the village. You didn't do anything to try and.
I'm not saying he's not an op.
You are,
but I'm not saying that. But Killer B was not accepted by. You're making it seem like he was embraced by the village and everyone loved him.
No, the embracing from the Raikage publicly and openly made the village look at him differently, as opposed to the third Hokage not doing that. It was, oh yeah, you free lodging, free this in the dark, in secrets, but I'm not gonna let anybody know that your father and your mother sacrificed their lives to protect this village and to make. And he didn't do any of that. He didn't do any of that. So no, it's not the same.
I need you to show me how he openly embraced Killer B in front of everyone like that, because I don't.
Naruto wasn't. I mean, by the time we get there, the Killer B's not feared or hated by the village.
But he went through the whole story of not earlier than Naruto.
Sure,
like,
but
he's a grown
the acceptance of him was different, and I believe earlier, based on my recollection, and in a different way. Naruto literally had to save the village from pain before they all accepted him.
Yeah.
Before they all it's way different. It's not the same. I feel like you're trying to first argue. Or this debate is even supposed to be between Killer Bee and Naruto. It's supposed to be.
I'm saying Naruto. I'm just saying Luffy as Naruto would be like Killer Bee. I think his mindset, the way that he would go about things, would be like how Bee went about things. That was a huge plot point for Killer Bee and his development.
Right. I just think it's different than how you're saying it. But like,
I mean, you don't believe how Killer Bee. You think he at a young age was accepted by?
I don't think it was like when he was like 12. I don't remember. I do not recall the age, but I don't remember it being like as the same as Naruto. I feel like you're saying you think the narrative was, oh, they want to show us that Killer Bee behaved differently, and that's how like or he took the same exact circumstances seemingly as Naruto went through and. I don't know, saw the light at the end of the tunnel, approached towards it, and it was just like minding no business.
I think and maybe he proved himself just like Naruto proved himself against pain with his strength. And it wasn't against the same calamities, but over time he was accepted. He was fighting continually against strength. And then when he had a team, his team loved him and accepted him. And he's like, I won't accept anyone that hates on him. That was said by them. We've seen that happen in the story. And at that point, the team that he was over was still over here talking like, you're not going to talk trash about my dude, and he's a whole grown adult at that point. So there's still animosity.
What do you think, Austin?
I had this epiphany. Let's be real. I don't even think Luffy is gonna want to be Hokage. All Luffy wants to do.
The goal is he will want to be that.
Okay.
So we have to do that with that.
I was gonna say because like his whole thing is like he wants to go have adventures. Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, if it was just him and that universe.
Okay, so we'll go based on this then. I think it's still gonna be Naruto because look at what he does even when the village does hate him. He's coming in, saving the day. Now think about where he's going to get. He's going to be like Luffy, but like on steroids with his friends backing him and stuff like that. Like Luffy does all of this stuff for his friends.
He starts Shippuden era already.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like almost starting at Shippuden.
He's already in like such a better spot based on like he has Zoro right away. Whereas like Luffy going into the Naruto verse, it's like
having Sasuke not being an op.
Yeah, he's like, if you look at it, Luffy doesn't really care about most people other than his friends, right? Like he
and the ones he makes along the way.
Yeah, but he cares
about the people that help him out.
Yeah, but otherwise he just doesn't really care. So it's like, is he gonna go out of his way to become super strong and everything for like these people that just don't really care about him?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like in that universe, he's not gonna have that same drive to be Hokage if the people like.
But the thing is, like, you're still thinking about it like he doesn't want to become Hokage.
No, like he still can't. He's still like
we're saying
he's still like even if he wants to be Hokage, like he just doesn't have that same driving force in my head. Like if the Leaf Village loved him, I think he's like doing everything he can to become stronger to protect the Leaf Village. Like
he wouldn't care. Thing is, this is the thing.
I want to know what's his drive to be Hokage, though, because his drive to be the King of Pirates is to be the most free. Is that how he would feel as Hokage? Is that
because Naruto's drive?
He wants everyone to be free. You could say that, but like the fact that Iruka Sensei is there, that one person that cared about him is enough to protect the village. That's Luffy in every arc. One person was kind to him. One person was good to him. I'll save your village. I'll save your city. I don't care because you gave me food. You gave me meat. Iruka Sensei. That's enough driving force for Luffy to become something. That would be enough, and for him to continually be there.
But that's to help them in whatever they need. It's not to be his underlining drive was to be King of the Pirates. Him helping Vivi, him helping
was like
that has nothing to do with him wanting to be King of the Pirates.
But he also would say, "Put up my flag. If you ever need help, let me know."
So like
that's how he would
Luffy like coming. Luffy coming.
But I'm saying that doesn't show his drive to be King of the Pirates.
I could see
related.
Luffy swooping in when Pain's there. Luffy's probably coming in for sure because it's the same.
I agree with everything I just said with that. With Iruka Sensei is there for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to like be loyal to him, and I'm going to like what. But I don't understand the correlation in being the Hokage. But you can say
the exact same thing about Naruto. Why would he want to be a pirate based on everything you know? Well,
you're saying that they both of them are.
all both of them want to
be the thing that
right.
Yeah.
But like based on Naruto and his personality, being a pirate, based on everything you know about pirates, is so against.
I'm not even saying that anymore.
So why would he start a crew, gather people around? Like he would be a marine. But that's not his drive. So
I'm agreeing with you
saying
now.
Like the argument is,
I'm agreeing with you
now. You can say
now.
that about Luffy, but how do you say that about not say that about Naruto?
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying
the drive for same circumstances that Luffy had with Shanks and stuff. Those people that inspired him to become that. Shanks is the one who made him want to be a pirate. That would be the same thing with Naruto. And I don't think it'd be much different. Naruto at such a young age having a mentor who like cared about him, like would have the whole crew around him.
But
that's his
job. Luffy had Garp. If Naruto had Garp and it's trying like you should be a Marine, I want you to be a Marine. All that indoctrination is whole until he grows up. You're gonna be a Marine.
But that indoctrination was completely tainted by Ace and Saba wanting to be pirates, and those were his older brothers who were infiltrating him with that type of stuff. And they were going on adventures together through that. He didn't care about Garp. And then Shanks, on top of that being Shanks, and then that's it. There was just icing on the cake that I want to be this. I feel like Luffy had a more direct push to be a pirate,
definitely more of a drive
more than
100%.
than Naruto had to. Well, no, because in the world of ninja, he would be a ninja, and so I guess I don't know what the drive is to be Hokage, especially after knowing what Hokage is. I'm just like, why do you want to be the
Hokage? just to be like the strongest, or you're the protector.
Well, I know, but like,
I feel like Naruto probably wanted to be that because he wanted to be the protector because no one protected him. So it's like he wanted to be that person.
If that was his drive,
the original drive from Naruto was to be accepted by everyone.
That's basically what I'm saying.
But based off what you're saying, is Luffy wouldn't want that. So then it's like, what's his drive to be the Hokage?
Right.
Then?
Naruto's drive changed over time to like, I'm going to be Hokage to create a world that's like accepting of people.
Which would be Luffy. Which would be, I want to make the world free.
Luffy just said that. Luffy would want everyone to be free.
But they are free.
Like a different mindset, a different way of doing things. Like he would be like, as Hokage, we aren't going to just push people out because they are different than us.
But with Luffy's personality, would he even care that he's not accepted? Is the other thing. Like, would he care? Would he even remotely care?
Well, that's what I'm saying. What would that's why I want us to have an objective. Like, how would a kid in that circumstance behave? Because I understand how I can come to the conclusion for how Naruto would have a more positive upbringing, having Ace, Sabo, and Garp and Shanks as people that cared about him. How would Luffy be without that?
I think everyone should be able to eat as much as they want. Everyone should be able to do as much as they want, regardless of what clan, what village they come from, who care, or not even village, whatever clan they come from within the village, because there is.
I think you said it right earlier, though. It's like Luffy's personality. So Naruto became accepted because he became strong and like saved the village and all this stuff. People kind of accepted him slowly. Mm-hmm. I think what you said earlier about like Luffy's like nonchalant, like goofy personality, I think that's the way he becomes accepted instead. But like, how long does that take for him to become accepted in that universe?
I think I think Luffy becomes accepted a lot earlier on because of who he is as a person. But his drive to become Hokage, I think, is just so that everyone is free. Everyone feels free and doesn't have to experience.
But are they not free? Right?
But
the difference is they don't have the Gorosei and the world government that actually are enslaving them through propaganda and
does
lies.
Luffy have that same depth if he just doesn't care that he's not? He doesn't even like real because like even if you
look at Luffy's not trying to elaborate.
Even if you look at Luffy with Sabo and Ace, like Sabo and Ace don't even like him, and he just forces his way in, and he never realizes that he wasn't accepted. He just never even has.
Oh, Luffy probably. Well, now you said that, Luffy would probably be like that with Team 7. He'd be like,
nah. He would like force.
But
his
he thinks
way
he wouldn't be.
like,
well, Sakura might like him earlier too because he's not like flirty with her.
I'm just saying, like
he might be like just like. I just want to be like.
I don't even know if he would have that revelation of like everybody be accepted. He doesn't even have the thought process of not being accepted.
It might be
he doesn't even like grasp that he's not accepted.
I don't think he's saying the words "everyone needs to be accepted." Everyone needs to be this. He's just like everyone eat whatever they want. Yeah. We're gonna have a party and all celebrate and have a good time.
That's fair.
All the time, and we're gonna fight and be strong.
I guess if I take Luffy as Luffy is at 17 years old, going on this pirate journey, and drop that Luffy in the Naruto world from the beginning. I don't know. I mean, I still think Naruto is going to be faster,
I don't
but
see
like,
Naruto becoming
but like,
king of the pirates faster.
but like
I
Luffy,
see him loving his family and crew and wanting to like go on adventures with them. Like that's be easy for him.
I bet Luffy would take wise counsel from like Zoro and them better.
Naruto
Because Naruto, yeah, because Luffy he makes dumb decisions, and narratively, obviously, they make up for it. But he does stupid things that's like if you cut out the dumb things he did a lot of the time, that Naruto would take wise counsel. So I hate like even as a Hokage now, he'll listen to Shikamaru, he'll listen to all these people.
Is Zoro even joining his crew if Naruto's Naruto?
Well, we're already saying that they are, right? They're already doing this. They are in their position, and I think so. I don't think Naruto and Luffy have some similarities.
Luffy hoodwinked Zoro into becoming a member.
Luffy didn't give him a chance.
Naruto's not.
Luffy didn't give him a chance.
Naruto,
but well, yeah, maybe though, because she's like, I'm making Sasuke come back to the village. You don't have a choice.
Sitting on this post, and Naruto's gonna be like, I was just like you once. Like we're the same. Join my crew. Zoro, no. But listen, like, I
don't know. They're like, or okay, you can either join the crew or you can stay here and die.
Maybe it might. Just shake out.
I feel like Zoro would, especially if he like recognized his strength.
Zoro would definitely get off the post when freedom like Luffy did.
I think Luffy. Okay, I think Zoro would join. Okay, now we're going all into
because Naruto's feeling bad.
We're already going with the premise that the crew and that Luffy like they're in.
Who becomes king of the pirates fast?
Yeah, exactly. Who's going there? Who's getting to the other position first?
Yeah, if we start making changes all over the place.
Yeah, because now it's like would Sasuke even consider him a rival because he doesn't care? He's not taking it seriously enough. Like we can do that, but like, okay, just
keep the crew, keep
the crew, keep the rivals, keep the whatever.
The same characters.
Yeah, what is happening? And I don't think it's like a. I just think Luffy's so. I'm just gonna go the full do what I want.
That was a good point with the goofy.
That's the only thing that makes him.
I think Naruto.
I think if Luffy was, I think if Luffy was more like, no, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. With his
more calculated, you said?
Just like I'm getting, if like he wants to be king of the pirates, he's gonna.
I think shut up. I think
Naruto's not smart, but go ahead.
No, not. I know
you mean
smart. I'm just saying like
Naruto takes wise counsel, and Luffy does what he wants. That's the difference. Luffy is like, and it works out because narratively Oda has to make it to where Luffy's going to survive. And
even his crew
what he wants to be, and his crew is cold.
Well, his crew knows that Luffy. Like,
he's gonna do that.
They're always like,
but like we know he should have died. He should have died in the Summer War. He should have died in so many scenarios. But it's like obviously he can't die. He's Luffy, and he's got that strength and like I'm not trying to diminish. Luffy's a dog. Look,
you can say about any main character, but
right. But like the things Luffy does, the decisions Luffy makes, it's like that will kill you. Like in the Naruto world, that will kill you. You can't just do what you want.
I think Naruto's going to save Sasuke if it's like Ace, like same position. I think Naruto's going to do that regardless.
Oh, yeah, Naruto's. I've said that before. Naruto and Luffy have a lot of similarities. Like, they're
different personalities.
They're obviously different characters and different personalities in a sense, but a lot of similarities. And the drive is just like I think Naruto has his head on straight more with like I want this, and I don't care about the journey. I just want to get there. I want to be the Hokage. I want to be the next Hokage. I want to train hard and be the next Hokage. I want to train hard, and his drive was to be the king of the pirates. I want to be the king of the pirates. I want to do everything we can to be king of the pirates. And
I don't think he's trying to kill his crew like every other episode with like
I think
falling off.
Luffy is Naruto in the final valley when they first fought. Luffy beats Sasuke and brings him back to the village. That's what I think. I don't think Luffy tries to prove a point by scratching the headband. I think Luffy knocks him out and brings him back to the village. I think that happens, which changes the whole story.
I do agree with that.
That 100%.
I do agree with that.
That's just.
I do agree with that.
But does that get him to be Hokage faster? I guess though.
That's just. I think Luffy gets stuff done, even though he does stuff super stupid and does whatever he wants. He gets the end result in like numeric time. I think faster.
But. Well, pause though.
It's hard because it's like he gets to this point.
Also will let you make the decision that you want too. Because think about what he did with Sanji. He was telling him like, "I'm not gonna leave here."
Yes and no though.
But he's like, "I'm gonna beating him, and like beating him." Yeah, but he waited till he said. She said, "Tell us, do you want to live? Tell me, what do you want?
Be honest with me."
Yeah, and if she said like, "I don't," like, leave me alone. I believe that Luffy would have honored her wishes. Like,
I also think Luffy is very emotionally intelligent and knows when you're lying.
That's true.
Even though Sanji's over here,
He does. That's true.
Sanji,
At Whole Cake.
Even at Whole Cake, Sanji's
yeah,
like,
you're not wrong.
Leave me alone. I don't care. He's like, he doesn't actually want to stay. I'm going to save him.
You could tell even more than like.
I just think the relationship.
He's emotionally intelligent about other people, but not really himself.
For sure.
Honestly, Luffy makes stupid like.
So we're talking about becoming Hokage faster. The relationships that Luffy builds are happening way faster because he even though he's like an outcast, he understands people.
The difference is we know there's a clear like thing that needs to be like done to become king of the pirates. You need to get the poneglyphs. You need to find, the.
Is it not clear with Hokage too?
What you
have to be?
You have to be strong, but
but accepted by everyone.
Accepted, but like, is that just all the requirements you need to become the Hokage?
Obviously, you have to become a Genin, Chunin, Jonin, and then if you're like strong enough and care about the people enough, you can become Hokage. And I think Luffy, because of his emotional intelligence, is building those relationships with people early on. And Luffy's such a hard person to hate. Who he is, he's not.
But would they want to put? Because would even
that's my problem.
Would the crew would even want him to be in a position of like authority over a village? Like even in One Piece, it's like, do we want him running this? No, give it to Nami. Give it to
Naruto based on his intelligence.
Naruto is.
But based on
Hokage.
Based on like what you're saying.
The difference being Naruto, like I said earlier, Naruto takes wise counsel. He has Shikamaru as his right hand. He's like, okay, this is what I want to do.
Luffy's doing anything day to day. He's not. He's gonna be the Hokage, and he's gonna be the symbol of Hokage. He's gonna be like of strength. He's gonna be All Might. He's the symbol of strength. But Shikamaru is doing the day to day.
No, there's someone else. There's someone else. Is like they just are. Who is it? There's something out.
Anime? Or
I don't know. It might be anime. I don't remember. They're just lit in the face. They don't do nothing. I can't remember what it was. Anyways, whatever.
I'm sure there's a lot.
Yeah, I know, but there's something I'm thinking of, but.
But I think Luffy, he's not.
Fan? Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe. I don't know. Oh, like King?
Yeah.
Could be. That's what I'm thinking.
I just
don't know. I'm trying to. Yeah.
It's very easy to pick out Luffy's intelligence because he's very dumb.
He's dumber than Naruto. Dumb. I think he's dumb. I think
Naruto
he's dumber than Naruto.
Wise counsel, but Luffy is more emotionally intelligent, I think.
Like I said,
is he though? Because think about how Naruto knew Sakura was lying. She was like, "I love you."
I think they're both.
I love you. He's like, "No, you're
I think
not.
they're both emotionally intelligent
stop lying,
to like other people. Like they can tell when people are lying, but they're both so immature when it comes to like their own emotions, being like hot-headed and stuff. Like Luffy punching a celestial dragon. Let's all be honest, it was just the coldest, sickest move. But was that smart?
But no, I don't think you can fault emotional intelligence. I think that's you hurt my friend. I'm gonna.
But that's kind of being able to like gauge your rage and emotions. That's emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Not getting yourself so angry and worked up.
Yes, but I think both people are doing the same thing in the same situation.
You think Naruto's?
My point
you think Naruto's
that's what I'm saying. I don't think
you think Naruto's punching the celestial dragon?
I think that if someone tried to stop him, he'd say no. Like other than Hachi, because that's the one that got shot. If someone else jumped in the way, Naruto, understand if you do this, whatever. He'd be like, cry. The music would play, and then he'd stop. But I think if just Hachi said it, he's in a blind rage, like how Nine Tails would come out when like Hinata was stabbed or whatever. I think they're both
similar in that way. I think they're both.
That's what I'm saying.
They can see other people, but they don't really see themselves.
The difference is Naruto reached Hokage and Luffy hasn't reached King of Pirates, so it's like hard to see what.
Let's just go based on number of episodes.
No,
I'm just playing.
I think that Luffy gets there faster based on how he would connect with people faster. I think he'd be more like a Killer Bee, even though you disagree with me on that.
I don't think he connects with people faster. The only reason why Naruto would have connected people faster if they weren't fearful of him. You have to also factor in the fact that people are fearful of the Nine Tails side of him. It's Luffy, way different.
I mean, Naruto doesn't give up either, but he was pouting the whole time in retaliation.
I just don't know if Luffy.
I think Luffy, like he did with Sabo and Ace, shows up every day, continues to be the exact same, is never discouraged. Like he's not going home pouting. He's like, oh, I just hung out with my best friends, even though they didn't want to be around me. He's continually doing that, and he's going to break people down faster as Luffy in the Naruto verse. I think that's happening quicker, building those relationships. I think he's going to continue to get strong because in that world, becoming a shinobi and gaining strength is necessary because you're in times of war. Like, you never know what's going to happen. He's doing
they're
that.
At peace right now.
Well, I mean, there's war. I mean, not war, but there's like animosity between the villages. Mm-hmm. You're fighting against each other constantly. Like he's a part of that. he's gonna want to gain strength, and I think he with the Nine Tails in him, I don't. I think the random moments like the Celestial Dragon, like when his crew is hurt, like if Choji or Shikamaru got hurt, that's when the Nine Tails would come out. I don't necessarily know if the Nine Tails is coming out in the same exact moments all the time.
Nine Tails is definitely coming out with Celestial Dragon. No. If he was
yeah, for sure. I just think that when it comes to like, being accepted,
by
people,
lobby, maybe.
Oh yeah, that happens faster. Actually, no. Real talk, the Naruto is coming out way more with Luffy as Naruto for sure, because he be spinning for people. It doesn't matter who you are. I just met you. You fed me. Someone slaps your like food. Or
that's my problem though. Is like
I think Naruto is more like you said calculated. I think that is true. He's not smarter than. I don't think one's necessarily smarter. I think they're both dumb in certain areas that benefit them and harm them in different. I do think because I get what you're saying. I actually in a sense agree with the fact that like he would if he being Luffy the way he is so dismissive towards the way that okay you don't like me it's fine I'm gonna.
But that's I feel like that's almost a negative in a way though. Yeah. Because he's just like if he doesn't care about you and people aren't offering him food, he still doesn't ever care about you really.
No, the thing he does care about people. He doesn't care what they think about him.
Yeah,
that's what you're getting misconstrued. He cares about.
Well, usually he likes people for a reason. He's not just gonna he's not just gonna hold on to the people.
Kama gave him rights or like
Sasuke.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna think Sasuke is cool. He's gonna think Kakashi. He's gonna think Shikamaru like, oh, what a drag. He's gonna mimic him. Oh, what a drag. He's gonna think it's funny, and he's gonna make these connections with people. And it's gonna. I think they become friends faster with Luffy being Luffy because he's not gonna care about the person like
Shikamaru was never like against him.
No, Shikamaru liked him. Yeah. But Naruto was always moping because they'd be playing at the end of the day, but then parents would come pick up and he wouldn't get picked up by a parent. Luffy doesn't care about that. He's like, all right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.
But it's like Woody though. If it was if he was raised in the same circumstances.
I think his personality is the exact same. I think so. I think the Hiruzen at the beginning.
But I think personalities change based off circumstances. Like being raised, which is why I think Naruto wouldn't be the way he is at all in the beginning of Naruto if he was in the One Piece verse because he would have had
Naruto's a Marine.
Ace, Sabo.
If we're saying,
we're talking about in the lens you created of him striving to be king of the pirates and striving. No, you said that.
You started with that.
You're the one that told us that in the beginning.
No, I'm saying they're in the world, but you said that he is for sure striving to be king.
I was asking you if that's what you were saying.
I was like, yeah, sure.
I was going to say, if you're taking
that's what you said. If we're taking that away, then yeah, we can.
Luffy's probably not being Hokage.
Yeah, Luffy's not going to be Hokage.
He's not.
Luffy's not Hokage.
Naruto's not. Pirates, yeah.
Well, I still think Naruto could be a pirate.
I think he's being Marine. I think he's being. I
don't think if he's being not raised by Garp throws him in the forest every once in a while and leaves to go join the Marines. He's not with them all the time as if we're trying to portray it. He joined every once in a while, and it was Ace, Sabo, and Luffy. Ace and Sabo wanted to be pirates. That was his older brothers
for a while before.
Okay, he was like 7.
I'm just saying, like they were together for a while.
He was 7, which means you're still at a young age where you can be influenced by people that are older than you that you respect, and like we already know about how people can be indoctrinated and infiltrated by people in high school and like college. Talk about a 7-year-old with a kid who's 2 years older than them, and a kid that's Sabo. They're both 2 years older than him, right? So these people, whatever. They're both older than him. They drink sake, say they're brothers. He's loyal to them. He meets Shanks, all that stuff. I think if he had the exact same upbringing as Luffy with Ace, Sabo, and Shanks, and saying that pirates aren't as bad as the world tries to make them to be, or they're not bad.
Tried to kill him. They're not. Kidnapped him and tried to kill him and threatened them to if you don't tell me where your treasure.
And then Ace and Sabo want to be pirates too.
But I think Naruto's clinging to Garp more. I think he's gonna want to like go with him all the time and like.
But if Garp doesn't let him, if he does the same thing that he does to Luffy, like he's still abandoning him in a sense. Like he knows it's my grandpa, and obviously Luffy being Luffy with the whole like, I got my brothers now, or I got this now, so I was like, I got Shanks, so it doesn't affect me as much. But like I think if Naruto has Ace, Sabo, and then starts to have Shanks, a father figure who like
I just think Garp. I think Garp is able to change his mind.
I don't think he's going to be a Marine. I don't think he's going to be a Marine. I genuinely think he would be. I think he'd be a pirate.
He's the admiral.
If he became a Marine, he'd definitely be an admiral. But no, he wouldn't though because he has a sense of justice too. Let's say he joins it, then he'd be. Oh, I would spoil you. I would spoil you on manga, but he would join, and then he would leave because he'd realize the corruption involved in it.
You don't think he would try to change it from within? No. I think Naruto's trying to change it from within.
No. Unless
I think for sure.
No.
I think he's trying to work his way up. Yeah, I think he
might work his way up, but I think he would leave.
Corruption. He wouldn't become the fleet admiral because that's directly under where the most corrupt thing is. But I think he's like. I don't
think he could stomach the injustice. We don't know Garp though. We don't know what Garp's actually. We think we have
well, we know Garp didn't accept fleet admiral.
We know that, but we don't know. Okay, but you're still part of a government that you should know is corrupt.
Garp kind of does his own thing.
Yeah, but we don't know. We assume.
I mean, because there's still
I do assume
there's still bad pirates though too. So it's like being a navy doesn't necessarily mean you're terrible. If you're going after like the pirates that are genuinely bad pirates, like Big Mom and Kaido, terrible pirates. Doflamingo,
but they don't
terrible.
They don't go after them.
I mean, yeah,
they don't. But you have that part, you have this part, and we have our part. It's like we're all different sects of the world.
I think Luffy's traveling the entire shinobi world, trying to get stronger and learning from different people.
He'd be like Sasuke is in.
I think. In
Shippuden or not Shippuden.
I mean, yeah. I think
what's it called?
Boruto. I think he's like. He's not accepted in this village. He has his homies or whatever. He'll come back or whatever to talk with them. I think he's training all around the world, becoming stronger. Getting friends with other people that don't know.
I think he's going on a One Piece voyage in the Naruto.
That's what I think. Exactly what I think.
One Piece voyage.
If he didn't have the dream to come Hokage, he's just like, I'm going to be the freest man in the world and become stronger. And that's who he would be. But it's tough.
Let's be honest. They're not. Neither one are being. I don't agree with.
I don't see Naruto becoming a pirate.
Oh, I definitely see him becoming a pirate or a revolutionary. He's not.
I could see revolutionary more so than a pirate.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the revolutionaries are just called revolutionary. They're essentially just pirates.
But there's no like.
They just oppose the government.
There's no evil revolutionary. There's corruptness within the government. That's evil.
Dragon is the most wanted man in the world.
Right. Because why? He's directly opposing the world government.
He directly opposes, but pirates oppose
the government. Why would you not want to directly oppose that? Like, I see him easily joining.
Okay. Well, then I guess we can call not Luffy a revolutionary because he waged war on the world government and on his
right. But I'm saying
he's by that definition he is a
moral compass. Like there's still evil pirates out there, just like there's evil Marines out there. And there's good Marines. There's evil pirates and bad pirates. There's not evil revolutionary people. They're just fighting against.
They're fighting against strictly against.
So I see him easily joining that.
We don't know that because we don't know anything about it.
No, I mean
I don't think. We
know their goal.
Yeah, I think the revolutionary. I don't think are bad.
I doubt there's bad revolutionary.
I mean, they're going in and saving like cities and stuff like that.
If there is, it's going to be a huge plot twist in the future.
Well, we don't know. Like I said, we don't know. We know Sabo's revolutionary. We know Dragon's revolutionary. We know Ivanka.
Dude, if Sabo turns out to be
more than that,
Sabo turns out to be bad.
There's the koala girl. There's the bird guy. There's the cat-looking dude.
We've seen
there's the giant dude. The mole giant dude.
Like we've met a good amount of them at this point. Like at least the same
Ivankov or whatever.
Okay, that's not the.
At least
I'm just saying, the same amount of Luffy's crew, but we know Luffy's crew. We don't know these people. We've seen them.
Based on what we've seen their actions.
We know Ivankov or whatever. We know him a lot.
Ivankov, we saw them during the war.
Yeah, I'm just saying we've seen their actions. I don't know. Based on everything that's been presented about.
We only saw them in what? Dressrosa?
No.
Ivankov and Marineford.
We saw two different instances where they freed countries. We saw the bird guy. We saw the flag girl that was waving, and we saw the giant guy.
When?
It was in between arcs. I don't remember the exact.
It was in between Whole Cake and
Wano. So there was that. Okay. There was a
They go in and save a whole country.
We saw all of them in Kamabaka Queendom or whatever. We saw a good amount of them. What was the other? They did another good deed. I mean, there was Dressrosa, but like everything that we've seen from revolutionaries, and then even in the manga, and I'm not going to get into it, has only been good deeds. So there could be bad.
Dude, I'm telling you, if Sabo turns out to be bad somehow, there'd be so many.
Sabo's not going to go bad.
But Sabo being second in command to a bad organization would also be.
Sabo's not going to go bad. I'm not saying there are bad ones, but I think it's not compared. We've seen these people briefly. It's not when you brought up the Luffy's crew as if that's like a fair comparison. We've seen them like on a very limited amount of time.
I'm just saying out of what we have seen,
all you've seen is good things. Literally, all you've seen.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. So like, I see Naruto joining that because it's a cause. If you knew the corruptness in the world. Bad pirates.
I think a banner
Marines.
lady kind of speaks to their whole thing. The fact that she's like rallying everybody to like rise up. It's just like they're literal revolutionaries against the world government.
Let's just assuming Naruto would want to be under the authority of someone else like that too in that world.
Yeah, but maybe he wants to be like a dragon type thing or dragon type person. Maybe he wants to be. I mean,
I don't think
Sabo's under.
I think based off the upbringing, if he had the same upbringing as Luffy, it would be. I think he'd be a pirate. I think he would go straight to piracy because he'd think that there are good pirates and there's a way to be good pirates.
I don't know. After finding out his dad is dragon, though, it's like, would he rather be like his dad, though? Naruto wanting to be like his dad?
I could see him starting off as a pirate and then wanting to join the revolutionaries after finding out about his father.
Maybe.
I could see Naruto wanting to be like his dad.
Based on his moral compass and like you said with the Marines, like he finds out the corruptness of the Marines.
But you guys, I'm only saying that based on the premise of you guys thinking that he would go to the Marines. I don't think he would go to the Marines. I don't think being put in thrust with Ace and Sabo at 7 and their dreams of like becoming pirates and seeing the world and all that stuff. If he was aligned with them and that, which I think he would be, having them be his older brothers, his older brother influence has a bigger impact on you than the grandpa that comes every once in a while to come visit you.
Naruto being a Kobe. Naruto's gonna be like, I'm gonna change it from within. You'll see, Shanks. I'm gonna prove that you don't have to be a pirate to be free. I'm gonna change this world like that. I see that being Naruto so clearly.
I don't see it.
I don't
know. I could see it, but I don't think based off what his experiences are with them, he's going in the direction of a Marine. I don't think that.
But at the age that he realizes he wants to be a pirate, I don't think he has any understanding of how bad the Navy is either. I don't think he has any clue that the Navy is as awful.
He would only hear from what Garp said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think
the relationship with Sabo.
I'm talking.
You're basing it on the fact that he knows what he knows now.
No. I'm not. I'm talking about based off when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Your 2 older brothers. You've exchanged.
Yeah, but you also said that the Navy is so corrupt, but like he doesn't know that.
Yeah, I think so. If those are the only people around his age in that place, yeah, 100%. I think he tries to be friends with them. Why would he not want to be friends with them?
Aspiring to be the opposite of like what being Naruto. It's not Luffy. He's like, I don't care what my grandpa said. Like he would respect what his grandpa said before.
Well, Naruto being seen as evil by having the 9-tailed fox in him and being ashamed by that, it's like there's something wrong with him or something wrong in him.
But he doesn't have that.
He just had
I know, but based off Naruto in that, he wouldn't. I don't think he wasn't judgmental towards Gaara. He wanted to change Gaara. He wanted to help Gaara so that you don't have to be that way. I don't think it'd be.
I don't think he's judgmental, but I don't think that means he wants to.
I don't think he's 7-year-old with a profound understanding of I want to be a government official when he's 2 older brothers or 2 older guys.
Right, but I do think 7-year-olds are easily malleable and told like. From this
7-year-olds now, 7-year-olds now want to be like cops and stuff. That's essentially what that is. Like, I want to be a Navy.
Yeah, I want to be a cop until like your cool, older, influential figure in your life says, "Oh, that's lame. You want to be this," or you want to be. I mean, it depends on how he would. We don't know how he would be with
pirates.
This is totally determined based off how Naruto would have received Garp, Ace, and Sabo. But we don't know how he would have. If he would have been more of the I'm gonna goody two-shoes whatever Grandpa says, and I refuse to listen to anything outside of that, even though he like leaves me to go do the job with these 2 boys who have aspirations completely contrary to what anything he's told me, and I train with them, I go through the trenches with them, and then I still want to do this, and then he meets Shanks and stuff. I don't think throughout all these experiences he's going, I want to be a Marine, but maybe I genuinely think he'd still want to be a pirate, but. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. We don't know. But I just.
Do you think that if Sasuke and like another
Sasuke's full on pirate.
I'm saying another like friend with
Sasuke's like kid
within the
not kid.
Sasuke and Shikamaru decided they wanted to become rogue ninjas, and they were like friends for a very long time. That Naruto would change his mind and want to become a rogue ninja. The difference with
the village is that they have. It's not just like 2 kids. 2 people that you can connect and bond with. It's a plethora of like people within that village that all are aimed for one goal, is to become shinobi and become like it's not like he has to pick and choose between Sabo and Ace are all he has, and then these old people that like don't seem to care, but they do actually. The old lady with the you don't think she cares, but you find out she does when Ace dies,
She wasn't for them becoming a pirate.
Yeah, but but she seems like kind of like whatever, and she actually did really care a lot. But like, I think solely based on the circumstances, I think if he had Kobe and he had Smoker, like, and they were all raised, he'd be a Marine for sure. Or if it was even all of them together, in some like the Big Mom school, like she went to, like, then I think he could go one way. I'm saying solely based off that experience. I'm not saying that it makes sense for him to be a Marine. Like, we've talked about this before, I think, on the podcast, saying, "Oh, Naruto would totally be a Marine." I think you guys said that. And like, I think he would be a Marine if he was solely raised by Garp or was raised by. But no, yeah, was raised by Garp. But like, knowing that if we were putting him in the exact same position as Luffy, I don't think he's gonna want to be a Marine. But maybe he would. Maybe he would. Maybe I would. I don't know.
I don't know. Based on Naruto's personality, I don't see him wanting to oppose the world government like at all.
Well, because
you're directly doing that.
Because at his age and his world, the world government's not bad because he knows nothing about it. He thinks.
Well, I think Luffy thought the world government was necessarily bad. He just wanted to be a pirate.
Yeah, he wanted to be the freest man in the world.
Yeah, but that's Luffy's personality. He just is very.
But that was nurtured by like his.
Yeah, no. Luffy was like, I'm not gonna be a Marine even before he heard about pirates. Like, no, I don't want to be a Marine.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like you. Whatever. Right? Like that was Luffy.
Yeah.
But then like he met Shanks and then he was like, whoa, like what you want to be is so cool because he met Shanks before he met Ace.
Was that before?
Yeah. So he met Shanks. I don't see Naruto being raised by Garp being like, I don't want to be a Marine. I see him be like, Marines are awesome. Like, I want to be strong. I want to become whatever, and I want to like save the people. And then meeting Shanks and being like, you guys seem like good people. But I know, like, if they're like, he would try to talk to them and be like, I'm gonna change. If there is this corruption, I'm gonna change it. Like, he would talk to them. He wouldn't be like.
Well, I don't think.
He wouldn't
would Shanks tell him that there's corruption within the Marines? And stuff?
I don't think. Yeah, maybe not. But I don't see him
do
just
what you
seeing.
Want, kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Sure. I don't see him
told him not to be a
seeing
pirate.
Shanks and being like, "You guys are so cool. I want to be a pirate now." I don't see him being raised by Garp. I think being raised by Garp and like the interaction they had him, whatever, dropping him in the forest, and then meeting Shanks. I think he would want to become a Marine. And I don't think that just because he met Shanks, he would change his mind and want to become a pirate. And then after that is when he like met Ace and Sabo. Maybe after a long amount of time, he would completely change his mind. I don't know, because it was like I don't remember exactly how many years, but it was a good amount of years that Ace and Luffy were together after Sabo died. Right. So I don't know. Maybe he changed his mind in that period of time.
Yeah.
But I don't think Shanks is the inspiration for him to become a pirate like it was for Luffy, because Luffy just didn't want to be a Marine. And then he found out how free pirates were. Like,
I don't remember the timeline of that, but
it was because he had the hat when he met Ace.
I think Naruto's gonna want to be more like Garp. I think that's the thing. I think he's gonna want to be like his grandpa because I think he's gonna think that's so cool that like his grandpa's strong and like.
Wait, does he know his grandpa's that strong?
I mean, you're 7. You think your grandpa's like strong.
He doesn't know Garp's like the hero of the Marines.
No, but like he's like this Navy like. I don't know.
Oh, you're saying he's just like I think he would like if Minato was around, he would want to follow in his footsteps, just like he became. Like, he became the Hokage for different reasons, but I think if Minato's around, he would just as much want to follow in his father's footsteps.
Yeah, but the difference with the world of like Naruto is that that's something that most people like would aspire to, and like you want to like go after like your
but a lot of people
predecessor, your thing or whatever, and that's not necessarily how like the One Piece world is like.
A lot of people want to become the Navy. A lot of people still like think pirates are terrifying and that the Navy is still good. Yeah, so it's like still a lot of people want to.
But the specific perspective that environment that they're raised in is not the same.
This is what I think Naruto would be so much like Kobe, because I think after meeting Shanks, he would understand that
Kobe's experience is Alvida. His experience is like, I'm with this terrible woman who's a pirate. So I want to be a Marine. Who's to say that if Kobe wasn't raised in the same thing as Luffy, that he wouldn't want to be a pirate?
Okay, I was going to say what I was trying to say. I'm not saying their experiences are any. I'm just saying the personality. Like, after meeting Shanks would be like, okay, I understand. Like, Kobe met Luffy. Not all pirates are evil. Because Garp is like, be a Marine. Like, you don't want to be a pirate, being a criminal, whatever. He's like, he would meet Shanks and be like, oh, there can be good pirates. I don't think that would make him want to be like, okay, I want to be a pirate. after meeting him. I think he would still want to be a Marine, but he would have throughout his journey becoming a Marine and going through the process of leveling up, he would be like, okay, I need to understand what my moral compass is, what justice is, and then from that point, not just coming after people because they're pirates, but like this person is an evil person, and this person is.
I think there's a lot of like pirates like that, like Fujitori's kind of that way, a little bit, like
Admiral.
Yeah, Marines that are like that.
Sorry, there's a lot of Marines are like that way. So I think, like you said, I think Naruto would become that way. Whereas like
it's right.
He has the
it's
moral
just
compass
the
to
exact.
differentiate
It's just the
between-
exact same circumstances. I think in Kobe's situation, Naruto's a Marine. Nothing's changing him from being a Marine. I don't think in Naruto's situation or in Luffy's situation he's doing that. I don't think that he's so gung ho to be a Marine because of Garp in the beginning. I think kids are rebellious too. So you tell me I'm gonna be this? No, I'm not. What do you mean? Like that's just a Luffy thing. That's just a kid. Like what do you mean I'm gonna be this? Like I remember right as a pastor. I was I'm never gonna be a pastor. I mean, what do you mean? Like just because you tell me, oh you're gonna be a ministry. No, I'm not. Like so I don't
go to One Piece like that though.
kids.
Naruto has his personality, but like most kids that we've seen like father son or mother son have followed in their footsteps. We see like the Big Mom pirates. Every single one of them are a pirate. We've seen. I don't think there's a choice. No, we've seen.
There's a choice in the Big Mom one.
I mean, we don't. We know Yasop and Usopp.
She be killing her own kids.
She was willing to, but they all loved her and wanted to become a pirate like her. We see with Yasop and Usopp. Inspiration. Luffy's the exception. I feel like based on when you've seen nepotism, most of the time it's like that in One Piece. And Naruto would be in One Piece.
In One Piece?
Has his personality.
Really?
Like, just think about it.
Sanji's not that way. Nami was rebellious, so it's her mom who ended up being killed by Arm.
Nami was not, I want to become a pirate. She was
not,
just
I didn't say pirate. I just saying, like, I don't, it's not like, I don't think they're like, I mean, Usopp's probably the only one that's like, I want to be like my dad.
I mean, Sanji also, like, that's kind of if he was born with powers and stuff, would he have maybe become more like his brother? But he didn't have the powers, so it's like he was treated as like.
He does now.
Yeah, but like back then he was thrown in a cage because he was like he wasn't even a kid. Like he was.
Zoro's a swordsman. His family comes from swordsmen.
We don't even know Zoro's. This is the thing.
We do know his family comes from swordsmen.
No, we know that. I'm saying we don't, but we don't really know his background that
well. Yeah, but he's just going on his lineage.
Right, that's it.
That's what I'm saying. Like
they following in their like profession.
Like we don't even know what Zoro thinks about his own upbringing because they didn't tell us anything.
Right.
Yeah, but we're going strictly based on what they.
So all I'm trying to say is like you're saying that's like how it is with Naruto. I'm saying it's not that far off with One Piece.
Well, I mean, I just named like 3 people that aren't like that in One Piece. Like it's not. I don't think it's a theme where everyone follows after their parents or anything. It's like everyone's like goes out to do their own thing in One Piece, whatever they want to do, whatever their dream is, whatever their.
I mean, Nami's mom died, so that's really kind of hard.
No, I was just saying, for example, not everyone's just doing what the
right. In the situations where you did mention they were very circumstantial because it's like Sanji's dad was an evil person that hated him because he didn't have powers. Nami's mom died, and we don't know where Nami would have become. She might have become a Marine like her mom was a Marine to map the world because that was her goal, and it would have been different if Arlong never came. We don't know.
I'm talking about the rebellion at the beginning. She just like didn't want to listen to her mom. She's a rebellious kid. My point was rebellious kids. My point wasn't exactly following. It's not about just that. I was saying rebellious kids. Like she didn't listen. Like she would do things to disrespect her mom. Didn't want to listen to her mom. Usopp would lie to everybody and like lied to his mom.
They'll end up following. Usopp and stuff end up following in his dad's footsteps.
Yeah, Usopp's the one though. He's the one who did. The only one.
I know, but like let's be honest too.
Well, no,
okay.
I'm talking about the main
Sanji,
but with Big Mom, and then I said with Big Mom, that's circumstances too. You have a mom who eats you, who don't listen.
But Sanji's dad is actually like Zeph. Like that's actually like his dad,
and he did follow.
And he followed exactly in his
father. He's a cook, yeah.
He's essentially his dad.
But it's not.
I mean,
like,
okay,
that's his father.
But that's his dad.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
okay, then Shanks is Luffy's dad.
He did not raise him at all.
He raised him for like 2 weeks.
He raised him. Nope. That's homie gave him his hat, and he's like, "That's my."
Zeph ate his own leg for Sanji. That's a dad.
No, he didn't. He cut it off. Yeah.
Where did it go?
Where did it go? No, he just cut it
Oh,
out.
my bad.
In anime, they don't tell you that. What you mean?
Yeah, it's not heavily implied.
They don't tell you that. What are you talking about, Isaac? That's not an anime. That's manga only.
Oh, where'd your leg go?
That's manga only.
Yeah.
No, man, we are going. So
Yeah.
So we were Naruto makes it farther.
I would lean a little bit.
Yo,
I don't
Luffy
think
makes it farther.
I think
they
like,
both make.
yeah.
I don't think it's like some crazy one. Well, not wildly over the other, but I do think Luffy makes it there. I mean, I think Naruto makes it there faster.
I don't think Naruto wants to become king.
Well, yeah. If we're gonna go within the parameters of them having to become the opposite thing, then I think I think Naruto makes it faster. But if we're gonna go,
I don't.
No,
neither of them are.
Even if he wants to, I think Naruto would care more about spending as much time as possible with his friends than going on the journey and adventuring like Luffy would. So I think he would spend more time on every island hanging out with his friends. I think more time would be spent doing other things than adventuring and moving forward, like with Luffy, than with Naruto. So I think in terms of time, that's the biggest hindrance to him. I think Luffy becoming king of the pirates, everyone in the shinobi world wants to become strong. That's their whole, like, everyone. They fight because they have to protect their village. So Luffy's in that village, wants to become strong. I think he forms bonds with people a lot faster. And I think because his goal is to be that, even though like his personality is giving, he wouldn't want to be a part of that.
I don't think Naruto's taking long though. I don't think he's doing that. I think he's going, helping, and then leaving. I think isn't that what he like did in Shippuden, like when he like through the arcs, even the ones that were filler.
I don't think you can really
in filler like he didn't really
the missions, because the missions you just complete the mission and you leave. But in One Piece, it's the whole thing is the journey. It's like Luffy's like, we're just gonna go here because I want to, and then.
Okay, but that is what they did in Naruto. They like mission dip. So like, it's a speculative thing to say that, and all of it's speculative that he would probably stay longer. I don't think he would though. I think it would just be. I think it would just be
about spending. I think more of a.
I think he'd develop that bond. He'd help them through the thing, and then he'd be like, okay, well, this is. I want to do this in order to get here. That's what I'm. I mean, that's why he's doing the missions and doing nothing to become the Hokage and like become a stronger shinobi and all that stuff. So, I think he would just go to the next thing. I think he'd probably try and keep that bond, or you know. I think they're similar in the sense of like him and Vivi, they'd be tight forever. Him and whoever they would, they create these bonds and like it'd go on forever. But I don't think he's like, oh, I'm gonna stay longer because to develop our relationship. I said, no, I want to help you out in your time if you need or whatever. I
think he'd want to spend just random.
I feel like they do that on the sea. I feel like they do that on the sea while they're traveling to the next location.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. Well, anyways, so let us know what you guys think in the comments. This has been an interesting debate because none of it is like matter of fact.
Yeah, there's no.
It's just like speculative, like debate. But it's interesting to see how we see characters and how we think they would be in other worlds because they're not. We'll never ever know. But what do you guys think? And maybe you guys can bring more clarity and context because I should have like definitely took some like cliff notes of like everything that from both of them so I can recall like with the killer bee thing. If you guys could bring more clarity on that in the comment, like argue, say Titus was wrong, Isaac was bugging, Austin was right. Whatever you want to say.
I was chilling. I was watching that unfold.
Yeah. Anyways, let us know what you guys think in the comments, and say we miss you, Kev, in the comments,
and also wish him a happy birthday.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.